In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 NBA preseason games happening on October 17th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers are home favorites, yet their roster has serious question marks. Joel Embiid is game-time decision tonight. Paul George is not expected to be available until after opening week. Kyle Lowry and Trendon Watford are both listed as game-time decision. Philadelphia has sputtered in preseason, losing all 3 games, and has not found consistency on either end. Minnesota, on the other hand, comes in off a tough road game in Chicago, but brings size and depth. Their bigs can crash the boards and protect the paint, which may force Philly into tough shots. In a game with uncertainty around key contributors for the home side, the road team has enough structure and physicality to make the spread tight. As our first pick for this matchup, the Minnesota Timberwolves to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Minnesota has posted big totals in preseason: 246, 269, 242 points in 3 games. Philadelphia's totals have edged upward to 183, 217, 226 in their preseason matches. On a back-to-back night, defensive intensity often drops. If Embiid suits up, free throws and inside points will add to the total. Between loose lineups, higher pace, and potential mismatches, there is a path for fast scoring from both sides. The projected total sits around 219.5, and the evidence supports a game that exceeds that. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets versus Toronto Raptors. Brooklyn travels to Toronto in the second game of their preseason trip. The Raptors are favored, though the key names and rotations tonight carry question marks. Grady Dick is listed as game-time decision with rest. Colin Murray-Boyles is also game-time decision with an elbow bruise, limiting Toronto's bench scoring and forward depth. Meanwhile, Brooklyn is expected to activate Igor Domin tonight after his foot injury, though he'll likely see limited minutes early. The Raptors starters will try to dictate pace, but gaps in their second unit could allow the Nets to stay close. If Brooklyn's vets deliver, the spread could stretch tighter than expectation. As our first pick for this matchup, the Brooklyn Nets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have flashed up-tempo looks in preseason, and with bench rotations thinner, especially in Toronto, there's room for runs. Because Dick and Murray-Boyles may be limited, Toronto might lean on starters more and push possessions. Meanwhile, Brooklyn will want to force action to test lineups. The preseason scoring suggests games with burst segments rather than flat slog. Given those dynamics, there's a credible path above the expected number. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Charlotte Hornets versus New York Knicks. New York's roster tonight leans on depth and chemistry more than star power. Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Mitchell Robinson remain on the injury list, each managing different issues. Their absence pushes more responsibility onto Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and the remaining rotation players. Brunson will steer tempo and spacing, but the bench lacks its usual punch. Charlotte enters healthier with LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and Colin Sexton active and producing. The Hornets' recent win over Memphis showed how fluid their half-court movement can look when ball dictates pace and the wings space properly. New York still guards well but struggles when it cannot control the glass, and Charlotte's athleticism gives it a path to stay close in that area. With the home side possibly restricting minutes again, this matchup feels more even than the spread suggests. As our first pick for this matchup, The Charlotte Hornets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. New York's preseason numbers have hovered around the low 200s, reflecting a team that slows possessions and values defensive structure even when undermanned. Charlotte, meanwhile, has played at a faster pace, but its large totals came when opponents left starters on the floor deep into the game. That is less likely here. Both coaches are treating this as a final tune-up, not a shootout. Expect offensive rhythm in stretches, but not sustained pace across 4 quarters. The Knicks style tends to pull opponents into half-court sequences and shorter possessions, and that pattern favors a lower combined score. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus Miami Heat. Miami enters this matchup focused on execution. The team has lost 5 straight preseason games but continues to build rhythm with its core group. Bam Adebayo is expected to play after a short rest for a minor knee bruise, and the staff continues to keep Tyler Herro sidelined while he recovers from foot surgery. Those are controlled decisions, not setbacks. The Heat's rotation tonight should center on Adebayo's interior presence, Wiggins' perimeter spacing, and Jacques Jauneur's movement off the ball. Miami's defensive structure remains sound, and its bench minutes have improved each game. Memphis arrives with more questions. Ja Morant's ankle sprain keeps his availability uncertain, while Jaren Jackson Jr. is back but still adjusting after a layoff. The Grizzlies' offense leans on rhythm guards who rely on Morant's pace, and that rhythm disappears when he's not on the floor. The contrast between Miami's organization and Memphis' current instability makes the difference. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Heat to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The projected total sits in the low 200s and 30s, which fits the tone of both teams' preseason games. Memphis has given up heavy scores, allowing opponents to push tempo and find open looks from distance. Miami, even with its defensive focus, has played faster this preseason as they integrate new guards and test spacing lineups. That combination usually produces higher possession counts and more scoring opportunities. If Morant plays, his drive and kick style will create extra transition chances for both sides. If he sits, the Grizzlies rely more on quick threes, which also pushes the number up. The data from recent games supports a similar pattern: short possessions, light defense, and steady scoring through all 4 quarters. The conditions point toward another game that clears the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio enters this game in control of its rhythm and confident in its identity. The Spurs have strung together 4 straight wins in preseason play, including a convincing victory over Indiana earlier this week. Their approach has been steady: move the ball, defend with structure, and lean on spacing around Victor Wembanyama. He and Devin Vassell are both available and expected to anchor the rotation. The rest of the roster understands its roles, which shows in how efficiently they close quarters. On the other side, Indiana continues to adjust without Tyrese Halliburton running the offense. Pascal Siakam and Benedict Mathurin shoulder the scoring load, while Andrew Nembhard fills in as a lead guard. The Pacers' pace remains high, but without their main facilitator, their possessions often flatten in half-court sets. San Antonio's size and organized transition defense have been reliable throughout October. That balance, along with home court comfort, gives them a consistent edge heading into tonight. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Antonio Spurs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. San Antonio has been scoring freely but not carelessly, converting open looks while keeping turnovers manageable. Their games have hovered around that mark even without extended minutes for starters. Indiana's numbers skew slightly higher because they rely on shot volume rather than efficiency. The Pacers have used quick threes and early clock attempts to stay competitive, which inflates totals even when the game drifts out of reach. Both benches will again play meaningful minutes, keeping the tempo lively through all 4 quarters. The absence of elite rim protection on either side opens the paint for drives and cuts, while perimeter spacing encourages more attempts from deep. With both coaches maintaining flexible rotations and no need to shorten the bench, the game profile leans toward another open contest. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.